Ahoy hoy everyone, and it's great to be back. It's been a long time, but we're back. The Switch 2 has come out in my hiatus, and it's time to explore what it's like to be N64 fan, #1 YouTuber, all this sort of stuff in the era of the Switch 2. Using, of course, my now Nintendo Classics controller, N64 controller, hooks up nicely to the Switch 2. So let's explore what it's like to use this controller and what's changed and what hasn't changed from going from Switch 1 to Switch 2. And then at the end, if any of you are actually interested, I'll give some updates as to what's been going on in the past year, that I've not been uploading anything to the channel, and also what's going to be coming in the future. Alright, let's dive right into it. Okay then, so here we are. I've booted up the Switch 2. I've got my N64 controller connected, and yeah, it works just like it does on the Switch 1, being able to navigate all the bars and everything. I can see the controller as I've got it connected here, and yeah, I can change the grip order and everything. One annoying thing which I found about this, the Nintendo now Classics controllers and the Switch Pro controllers from the Switch 1, that they don't turn on the Switch remotely. I'm not sure if the Switch 2 Pro controller does that. I haven't bought one because they're bloody expensive. But yeah, one minor annoyance just on all the Switch 1 controllers, you can't turn on the Switch 2 with it, you have to physically push the button on it. But that's fine, that's how we had to flick the Switch on the N64, so, you know, it's sort of going back to the good old days a bit with that. Actually having to get up off the sofa or chair or whatever. One big thing Nintendo have not done, I hold down the home button, I can have button mapping mapped here, which is really nice. I don't know if that was a feature on the Switch 1, but now I've got it pinned to the home menu. I go to edit mapping, uh-oh, still can't be changed.
Well, he's not all bad. He did send me this nice thank you card.
Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Dad, this doesn't have your name on it.
Kids, won't you step outside for a second?
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
Can change it for the Pro controller and the Joy-Cons, but not for the N64 controller for some reason. I don't know why. This would make my life so much easier if I could rebind the controller on the Switch 2 like I can on PC. But alas, I can't do that. I have to rely on individual games either being playable with the N64 controller or allowing key rebinding, and most first-party Nintendo games do not let you rebind the controls. So that is, you know, great. But what improvements have been made? Well, let's go into the N64 Nintendo Classics. No, it's not Switch Online anymore, it's Nintendo Classics. And yeah, here we go. It's fairly similar to how we saw it on the... ooh, they've added some new games I've not played. How it was on the Switch 1. A couple of key differences. So in the settings, we've got a CRT filter. So let's turn that on, and let's jump into a game. Let's jump into Mario 64. It's a good example one. And look at that CRT filter goodness, just like how it was in the good old days. So let's see what that looks like in game. Oh yeah, it's like I'm playing on my old 90s TV in my bedroom all over again. But seriously, I don't know my thoughts on the CRT filters. I don't normally use them. I don't think it adds much. I think it also actually makes my eyes hurt, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of CRT filters, but it's cool that they're there. Another thing you'll see in the bottom right now is you got the suspend menu, which you always had. You can still create your and load your suspend point, which is nice. But I can mess around and like, oh no, I jumped in the river. It's going to take me ages to get back out. Nope, I can just rewind. Which is amazing, and I can see certain games with certain annoying areas. Looking at you, Majora's Mask Ice Temple, trying to go up that pillar and falling all the way down to the bottom. But I can just rewind. Which, that is actually really nice. And I'm not sure if many of the emulators out there actually have rewind functionality on N64 games. I could be wrong there, but it's not something I normally note. Yeah, so those are your big sort of changes to the N64 Online that they've done in the Nintendo Classics. I can't... The annoying thing is, yeah, I have to go back to game selection. If I want to turn the filter, I can go back into Mario 64. Load my suspend point. And here it is without the CRT filter, which actually I definitely prefer, but, you know, I know some people will like it, so it's nice that that option's there. And I think they added that filter for all the different Switch Online modes. But yeah, that's what they did for the N64 Classics selection on here. I think that's, as far as I'm aware, that's pretty much everything they've done N64 directly related on the Switch 2. So yeah, you can play games. It works. Still frustrating you can't rebind the controls. Maybe we should petition Nintendo to change that. Or maybe there's just something in the hardware of these controllers that just don't let them be rebound. I don't know what these are like on the inside. I wouldn't dare pick one, unscrew it and take it apart, but yep. So yeah, that's it for using the N64 controller on the Switch 2, but yeah, if you want to know what's been going on with me and see what's going on hopefully in the future, then stay tuned. Alright, hi everyone who's stuck around to this part of the video. First of all, thank you for sticking around and listening to me waffle on about what's been going on to me for the last year. So I think the last game I played, or last video I did, I was playing Wave Race 64, and that was probably over a year ago now. Almost definitely over a year ago now that I think about it. I'll have to double check the time scan. But lots of stuff has happened with me. I was previously living in Germany, and now I've moved back to good old Blighty. New job, new house, all these sort of exciting things. But these also have really restricted my access to my computer and being able to record anything. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I've not been able to put any new videos out for almost a year. But settled now, got computer set up, got the Switch 2, it's all good, and yeah, it's basically it. I also spent I also went on a decently length trip to Japan, which was awesome. I got lots of cool swag and merch, and yeah, I filmed a lot of cool stuff that I did there, because I bought a lot of cool stuff, did a lot of cool things, a lot of Nintendo related junk as well. And yeah, so if you're interested in me maybe making that into some kind of short video about cool stuff I did in Japan, let me know in the comments below. So that's what's been going on with me in the past year, but now let's talk about the future. As I said, I'm all set up now in my new digs. I've like fully decorated and made up my office, which was like a complete builder's job from scratch. So that's all been done now, and yeah, I'm in a place where I can record. So what I foresee doing, I also have a lot less time than I used to with my new job. So that's another reason why I've not been doing stuff. But when I get the time, I do want to. Essentially, I really want to finish going through all the N64 games that are available on the Nintendo Classics, and playing through those, comparing which is best between N64 controller and Switch Pro controller. I can still do that if people are interested. I think it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of N64 games on there now which I've never played, I never owned, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'd also like to play more of the N64 games instead of my usual, you know, short 20 to 30 minute stints in them. Really maybe looking into doing some playthroughs. Again, this is something I may put a community poll out if that's interesting to people. Maybe I could live stream that doing YouTube. I've not really done any live streaming before, but if I have less time to edit these videos, then maybe live streaming is the option. I know that may disappoint some people, because I'm also one of those people who prefer sort of curated videos, as it were, but now I also see what the potential convenience of streaming could be. There's also a whole bunch of modern games, or should we say post-N64 games, that I really want to play with the N64 controller as well. Obviously Switch 2 is out now, so definitely going to be playing games like Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pokemon ZA, all the sort of first-party Nintendo games I want to try out, see if they're playable with the N64 controller. But also still playing stuff on Steam using the controller. I need to check as well. I haven't checked whether my guide for setting up the N64 controller still works, and if not, then maybe I need to produce an updated version of that to help people use this thing on PC. I also want to hilariously play some of the GameCube games on here with the N64 controller, see if I can absolutely break those games as well. Because you can rebind keys in the Nintendo Classics games now, which is something you couldn't do before, I'm pretty sure. So that's basically everything that's been going on with me, my sort of plans for the future. Please let me know in the comments if you're looking forward to seeing more junk from me. I'm a little bit rusty. Been a while. I'm not used to talking into my microphone or anything like that. We'll make it work. So that's pretty much it for me. Until next time, goodbye!